Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, or if you're not new, if you've subscribed, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Flossy gang, and if you're new, don't hesitate to subscribe because I'm going to be posting more videos. And I do apologize for the, long wait. I've been really busy lately, but I promise to be more consistent. So this marks the start of my Flossology series. So basically what this series is like a 10-part series on how to take care of natural hair, the basics. I am no natural hair guru, by the way. I am just sharing my experiences and my research findings as well to the world so that I can help other people who are struggling to take care of 4C hair, you know. And it's gonna be a 10-part series. This is the first episode. So the first episode is going to be about building a healthy hair regimen, well, a realistic one, and what you should know. So forgive me if I'm going to be looking. I'm gonna be looking at my phone. Yeah, today I've got my phone. I wrote my notes on the phone. So one would ask, okay, what is a healthy hair regimen? Okay, let me just give you a definition or a workable definition on what a healthy hair regimen does entail. So, a healthy hair regimen entails your natural hair retaining length. Well, there's more growth than hair being lost, if that makes sense. So let me just try explain it. So basically, a healthy hair regimen is when your hair growth, yes, exactly, your hair growth surpasses the damage, your hair damage. So in the end, you end up seeing your hair growing than your hair remaining on the same length or whatever. You know what I mean? So hair growth must be greater than her hair loss because it's inevitable. We are going to experience hair breakage, but as a natural or as a black woman, you're trying to curb the occurrences of your hair breaking off. You know what I mean? So if your hair is growing and it's showing more than the damage, then you're doing a good job. That means you've got a healthy hair regimen. That's one way you could measure your healthy hair regimen. So the basic things one must know about a healthy hair regimen is that, well, being able to maintain the optimal moisture in your hair. So this one can be difficult if you're just a new natural because it's really hard. Well, for me, speaking from my personal experiences, being a natural, it was really hard for me to maintain optimal levels of moisture in my hair because when you're starting out, you don't know what's too much and what's not too much. You get what I mean? So, yeah, that's one principle you need to learn, like just maintaining like the optimal level of moisture. When is it too little or when is it too much? You know what I mean? Third thing, there must be a balance of moisture and protein in your hair so that it doesn't break off or it doesn't feel dry and it's crying, oh, feed me, feed me. You have to find the balance between moisture and protein. Again, it is hard when you're starting out, but don't worry. This series will walk you through all these things I'm talking about. Shit, even though I'm going to learn some things too. I didn't mean to curse, I'm sorry. And the fourth thing is resorting to low manipulation hairstyles, or if you're a person who really doesn't want to touch their hair, you can like do a protective style. But yeah, what you do to your hair, how you style your hair is also important in regard to having a realistic healthy hair regimen. Then the fifth thing, what you need to know is that in order for your hair to thrive and be healthy, not just grow but thrive, because where there's health, there's length, you have to maintain your body at peak levels, like your diet, your body, exercise, eat right, none of this, drinking like a fish nyana and like eating burgers. Girl, those things will come back to haunt you in your hair other than your body. But that's besides the point. So you may be asking, okay, you've told us all these principles that we should be cognizant of when we want to build a healthy hair regimen. So how do you do it? Okay, the first thing you need to, come to terms with is that it's going to take time. Like natural hair, it's not complicated, but if we are going to be honest with ourselves, it takes time and patience to care for natural hair. You have to be willing to put in the time and effort to deep condition your hair, to oil your hair, to detangle your hair, because you can't just grab a comb and be like, okay, let me comb through. No, it won't work. You'll break your hair, okay? But it just requires time and patience to build a natural hair regimen. Because best believe you won't build a regimen overnight or after a week or a month. Maybe some people may be lucky to do that, but I wasn't lucky to do that because there's a lot that goes into getting to the point where you're like, yeah, I'm satisfied with my hair regimen. You know what I mean? Like it takes time and effort. It takes trial and error. That's the second thing. It takes trial and error when you're like building a healthy hair regimen. Because like I said before, the products you use, some products you might use may not work for you. So you need to keep exploring and see what works for your hair. The moment you find what works with your hair, you can stick with it. If you are Dora the Explorer and you love exploring different types of products, do it, but at your own peril, because your pockets will be crying as well and you become a product junkie. And sometimes it's not good to become a product junkie. I'm just saying. You need to realize also that natural hair, because it requires time, there is no get get long hair quick scheme that will work. People will come with different crazy gimmicks on YouTube and tell you that, oh, this product has made my hair grow, now I'm Rapunzel, what. No, it might have worked for them, but let me tell you, like, do not take shortcuts when it comes to growing out your natural hair, because you live to regret it. You will not see the length you crave, and you will not see the health you crave. So these whole quick fixes, Dr. Miracle, grow strong, what, I just made that up. But anyway, I'm sorry, Dr. Miracle. I don't want to throw shade. I didn't want to throw shade, but that's besides the point. Don't look for shortcuts when you've got natural hair. Take time with it. It will grow if you love it. Then also, just accept the fact that black hair, or most of our hair, maybe with some people it differs, but most of us experience like slower hair growth than other races. It doesn't grow 5 inches in 2 weeks. I'm exaggerating, but you get the point. And because of that, it means we need to take greater care of our hair if you want to see growth. You know what I mean? It will take time, but if you master how to take care of your hair, if you learn your hair, if you listen to your hair, okay, it will grow. Trust me. Then you also need to look at the ingredients in certain products. Of course, this advice comes in when you now know what your hair loves and what your hair hates. I'm not going to be one person who sits here and tells you, oh no, don't use sulfate foods, shampoos, or everything must be natural in your hair. No, sometimes those things don't work for some people, and that's fine. But when you're making your product selection, like, just be aware of what your hair loves and go with what your hair loves. Even if it's against the natural hair rules, that you can't use grease, you can't use black magic, blue magic. If it works for your hair, use it. Okay? And also be aware of what you're putting into your hair, because you don't want to be that auntie who knows, okay, alcohol dries my hair, and you take a product with alcohol. Girl, you're just looking for trouble. And yeah, like I said, just learn what your hair loves and likes and hates. Deep conditioning. Deep conditioning is important, guys. And I'm not saying this because I've been told experience is the best teacher. And I've seen what deep conditioning does to hair. To my hair, it has improved the health of my hair. And you should do these deep conditioning treatments very often, as often as you can. But also be aware that sometimes some people don't like too much product or too much moisture in their hair, because the whole point of deep conditioning is to replenish our natural hair of the moisture that we would have lost in a week or 2 weeks whenever you do your wash day, really. So what I do is that I've been trying to do my deep conditioning treatments once a week, you know. And so far so good. My hair has been responding positively to weekly deep conditioning treatments. But I understand that most of us are busy. Child, busy. That's a bad joke. Wow. Anyway, busy. Busy. I'm sorry. I understand that most of us are busy. So maybe you can get away with not doing like a deep conditioning treatment for like 2 weeks. Some people do their deep conditioning treatments once every 2 weeks or once every week. Do what works for you, but do not skip deep conditioning, because that is one of the most important things to do if you want to develop or build a healthy natural hair regimen. Then you also must implement effective moisturizing methods, you know. So what most of us do, like what I do the LOC method. That is the liquid or leave-in, oil and cream, combo when I'm moisturizing my hair. What I do is that I take a spray bottle. Unfortunately, I'm such a loser. I left my things in my bedroom. But anyway, you take your spray bottle with water. I love using water mixed with olive oil and little drops of lavender oil as a leave-in. It just works for me. I spray it into my hair. Take my oil, an oil of choice. Mine is olive oil. Apply it onto my hair to seal in like the water I've just sprayed. Then a cream for double protection, like double the moisture. So I find that my hair stays moisturized for about 4 or 5 days. I know it's such a long time or a short time, whatever, but it does the job for me. And all I have to do every day is just spritz my hair with water, that type thing. I find that employing the LOC method or the LCO method, whatever works for you, helps me retain moisture for many days, like many days. So yeah, that is also very key to a good hair regimen. You want to use products that seal in your moisture, because it's unfortunate that our hair sucks up moisture. So we will do anything on our part to, retain that moisture. Yeah. Then, once in a while, if your hair is not colored or processed, just do a protein treatment, just for control, Nyana. Like, yeah. But don't do it more often than your deep conditioning treatments, because that would be a disaster. Like your hair will break. if you do more protein treatments than deep conditioning treatments. Trust me, because the whole point of protein treatments is to strengthen our strands, or just to, give our hair the protein it needs so that it doesn't break off easily. So I would suggest, if your hair is not processed or anything, that you do a protein treatment maybe once a month, or maybe once in every 3 months. Who knows? Do what works for you, but just make sure you incorporate like a protein treatment in between your protective styles, or in between when you're letting your fro out, just to make sure that there's that protein and moisture balance. Cool. Okay. Then you need to incorporate some low manipulative styles if you're not a person who's into like protective styles. You know what I mean? Like twist outs, braid outs, my bands, or what you people call it these days, African threading. Is still my bands to me, you know. To protect the hair during the week. And when you plait your hair, or when you do low manipulation styles after you've like moisturized your hair, that moisture will stay in longer, for longer than when you just leave your hair in a wash and go, or just leave your hair in a fro. So those are my tips to building a healthy hair regimen. Tell your mothers, your brothers, your fathers, your uncles, your relatives, your enemies, your foes, your friends to subscribe to my channel. Yeah, just tell them. Just a sweet little girl, sweet little 4C head girl. Anyway, I love you guys. Bye.